Zed, code at the speed of thought. A new editor that is kind of insane. Like the editors of Atom, which wasn't a big fan of Atom, but Tree Sitter, very interesting. And looking at the flow here, this could be very neat, very, very performant, very fast. Obviously, NeoVim would be like faster than this, but NeoVim is a pretty extensive setup. Although Zed's kind of difficult to set up on Linux or Windows. We're going to try and set it up before. I haven't set it up on this system, so should be interesting to go through. Intelligence on tap. This is also trying to integrate like GPT, and I want to say like Lambda 3 is out now. There's some other stuff we might be able to integrate with this code editor as well. I've done like videos on Cursor and some other stuff. Hey, partner anniversary. All right. I didn't even know that I was a... Does it say it somewhere? This is news to me. I am on time. It never happens. Never happens. Yeah. Oh, there's a pop-up above chat. Okay, that's cool. I always like Twitch. Twitch always has the best chat integration for sure. Oh, man. Well, this should be a fun stream though. I've been wanting a new editor. Something in between the NeoVim and VSCode. I don't really like VSCode, but sometimes NeoVim kind of bugs me too. And I feel like Zed might be a good bridge between the two. So that's the thought process behind here, why I kind of brought it up. Because I think it should be quite fun. Mathis, thanks so much for the sub. So that's what the thought process is on this. Now, this is the weird part about Zed editor is they have a bunch of binaries for Mac OS, Apple Silicon, Intel chip, and universal binary, all Mac. So it's some soy latte drinking dev that only makes binaries for Mac and 3 versions of binaries for Mac, but can't be bothered to make a binary for Linux or Windows. That's a bit of a red flag. I gotta say, if the dev from Zed sees this, what are you doing? Just you gave build instructions, just build it and distribute the damn source or the binary. Like, just make a binary for Linux, make a binary for Windows. But I at least wanted to try it. It should be fun at the same time. I digress. Zombie emulated distro. Maybe this could just be a disaster. But I don't know. Excited for Linux or Windows. Maybe it's in the roadmap. It does look like it's in the roadmap. So we're going to try and build this today. Building Zed for Linux. We're going to build the binary and try and use this. It is all coded in Rust. So cool. Maybe. Helix editor. Yes. Helix is cool. That's a good, another one I'm going to tackle too. So I'm going to be doing a lot of text editing or IDEs really covering Zed, covering Helix. Helix is on my radar though. It's actually... I think it's already in my ideas list. Yeah, I have Helix right here. And then Zed's up here. And I just hadn't quite gotten down all the way through it. Yeah, we're getting there though. Oh, I also created my own haste bin. You guys remember IXIO? Hey, check this out. bin.christitus.com. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it. And it's not secure. I probably should just do a SSL cert through certbot or something, but I went ahead and created my own haste bin just because I got tired of every single server I'd make an alias for to paste stuff into chat for you guys, and then the damn server would disappear. IXO disappeared, and then I moved to a different one, and that one disappeared, and I was like, oh, hell with it. I'm just gonna host my own. Speaking of Cursor, have you tried Superhuman? Oh yes. Oh boy. Yeah. I guess we could talk about Superhuman. If you're unfamiliar, we'll do a little quick blurb about Superhuman. Human. Is that? No, that's not 2 N's. Let's just go Superhuman. So this was I actually jumped on it, and apparently it does like AI slash categorization of it. And I did a quick reaction video. The president reached out to me and then threatened to take down my video because I named one of the CSR reps in it. It was not a positive review. I liked it. I liked the hotkeys version of Superhuman, but the main issue I had with Superhuman was it had a bunch of dark patterns, especially when it came to the subscription. You couldn't cancel the subscription. You had to send an email to a CSR rep and then go back and forth via email, and they try to upsell you to keep you on and give you like a 50% reduction in the subscription. It felt super dirty. It felt like AOL. I don't know if you guys are too young to remember AOL, but AOL canceling in the 90s was just a terrible thing, and Superhuman took that model of subscriptions and implemented it into their workflow in 2024. And I just could not get over it because you can't cancel the damn subscription without you can't even talk to a human. You have to email a human and then wait for the human to respond. And yeah, I was just like, dude, what are you doing? I ended up taking down the video because, one, I didn't want to deal with it, and I didn't think it was a very well done video by me. But yeah, stay the hell away from Superhuman is the cause of that. They did cancel it and refund my money, but not having to talk to a human to do that is ridiculous. So that was Superhuman. Terrible. Cool idea, cool product, but until they get their cancellations in order, stay far away from this. As talking to a human to cancel a product in 2024 should never be a thing. That is never okay. You have to be able to say, hey, cancel button, cancel. If that doesn't exist, it's a terrible product. Doesn't matter how earth-shattering that product is. If that's in there, you stay away from it. It's just bad. Yeah, AI email, but no AI to cancel is exactly what I thought. So that was the too long didn't watch of that video. I think I made one, and then I think Theo, he's another Twitch streamer, I think he responded to it because he's a huge proponent of Superhuman, and he loves it for his workflow. And I will say, from a workflow standpoint, and a lot of the things I messed with Superhuman, it wasn't bad. It was just that was the big hang up for me, was the cancellation being done manually by a human with an obvious upsell built into it, where there's a back and forth. There's not just cancel my subscription, it's canceled with a button. Yeah. Anyways, beating a dead horse here, moving on. Oh, let's see what we got. Bottom left battery icon. What is it? This right here? That's not a battery icon. That's Workspaces. So, let's say, oops. So these are all Workspaces. So let's say I have this and I open up a terminal over here, and then I'll open up, let's say, Dolphin over here. So to basically switch between all this, these are just workstation. Workspace 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1. So these are all just workspaces, so I can easily do it. So it's not a battery. That's actually just how I visually cue, hey, what apps and how, which workspaces are populated. So let's try and build this thing. Let's just open this up. Try this amazing editor, AI editor, coding at the speed of thought. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of that tagline? Code at the speed of thought. It seems very cheesy. Seems a bit on the cheese side, but yeah, you know. Let's see what we got. All right. What is it? Build. All right, that should be good. We're gonna clone old Zed. Oh, okay. You could pull it from Nix if you don't want to compile. That's cool. I didn't know that Nix already had it. So in Zed here, I think let's come back. We'll grab all the submodules. I think I'm just gonna build it from source just to have. Rust up. I don't think, do I have Rust up? I don't think this is built in, is it? Nah. Maybe I build, I think I'm gonna build Zed in let's go distro box, enter Arch. And then let's do a paru, and we're going to grab Rust Up. Yes. Oh, yeah. Actually, let's look. Zed. All right. Instead of doing it the hard way, we could just grab it from the AUR, right? Let's grab editor. So we have the Zed-editor right here with a 27 popularity rating. That'd probably be the one to go for. High performance multiplayer code editor for creators of Atom and Tree Sitter. All right, let's see paru. Zed-editor. And we're going to grab number 1, not the Git or the preview. We'll install that. All right. Accept the changes. I think we're going to go the easy route on this. Now, I've tried to build this in Windows, and Windows is a little bit of a mixed bag with Zed. So if you're a hardcore Windows user and you want to use the Zed editor, it's a bit of a nightmare, I got to say. This is distro. So this is actually Bazzite still. I'm still rocking Bazzite for the desktop. We'll see how long I last. There's been a couple instances where I'm like, man, this would be a much better native. But that hasn't been as much as I thought. Like, DistroBox covers most things. More than you think. I will say this is a big editor, though. Like, the cargo build in Windows was almost 3 gigs. I kid you not. So, not a NeoVim alternative by any means at all. This is a massive editor from building, if you're building from source. At least 3 to 4 gigs probably needed for an editor, for an IDE. So, and I have high hopes for it. Yeah, Zed is, I think, fully open source. It is written in Rust. Everything just works. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I know I need to spend more time in Rust, but I don't know. I'm still partial to C. Just give me some old C. Anything can be done in C. I know it's not the cool kid on the block these days, but C is still such a cornerstone to everything that happens in the world that, you know, I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. That's why I think I was learning C#, specifically for interacting with like Windows. My toolbox, I was doing some .NET and other things, and C# just made a lot of sense. If I was only in Linux, though, I'd be all about the Rust. See you in old hell. Yeah, I know. Anything can be done in C if you don't care about your life. I know, we're still waiting on the WinUI 3 update. We might be waiting another year there, Goat. Maybe we'll tackle that. If we get through old Zed editor, we'll switch over to Windows and do some C#. It's been forever since I messed with that. Oh, I know, Tech. I know, Zero. We'll have to chat sometime. I've been super busy with everything going on. I've been back to making a video every 48 hours on the main channel, and then the live streams. I try to get 2 live streams in a week, and then chop that up and edit it and put that to Titus Tech Talk, my secondary channel. And then I still have my day job I'm still going to. Needless to say, I do not have much time. Every single minute of my day is allocated at the time. So I've actually been just kind of head down doing tons and tons of work, which has been fun. I love this stuff, so it's been great. That's funny. Today's the partner anniversary day. It's like, wow, I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah, Nix is really neat. I think I like DistroBox a little bit better than Nix. Maybe. I don't know. I'm on the fence a little bit. After messing around with it on Bazzite, I really, really like DistroBox. It's been fun. Is it worth an update to Windows 11? Absolutely not. Nope. Windows 10 will be more performant. You're going to be updating to Windows 11 next year, though. So just enjoy this next year, because you won't have a choice come 2025 when Windows 10 hits end of life and everything moves to Windows 11. And then probably another 3 years before Windows 11. Well, it depends. Windows 12 should be coming out next year when Windows 10 goes EOL, I would imagine. Been using Atlas OS for the past 2 months, really enjoying it for gaming. Yeah, Atlas is not bad. I actually did a review of it a long time ago, and they fixed all the critiques I had of it. So I need to revisit Atlas. I think it's actually on my to-do box. I'll get there. I'll get it eventually. How is benchmarking overclocking on Linux? Is it as reliable as Windows? Ah, jeez. No, well, no, probably not. You're asking a guy that, when it comes to gaming and things of that nature, gaming and overclocking, Windows still takes the cake for me. Mainly because, like, I have a 7800 XT, which is not well supported in Linux right now. It works, just not very well. Windows is double or triple the performance of Linux with the 7800 XT because the drivers are just not as developed as the Windows counterpart. So that's why. Man, this is such a big install. Like, my connection's no slouch here. We got gigabit connection, but wow, look at how big this package is. That's just bonkers to me. Yeah, RDNA 3 still has some room to grow for sure. Oh, there is a bin in the AUR? I must have missed it. I grabbed the most popular Zed bin file I could find, but that's okay. I think I kept it how I did it, Hikari. What's that entail? Moving it to the start container at the first time of boot. Copying the binary out of the container and let you avoid that since we want it immediately as usual. I think I have the binary still in the container. Yeah, the initial move to Linux is always difficult for many, especially power users. I think a lot of Linux folks don't realize that Windows power users are the most difficult user to convert to Linux. Because as a power user of like 20 years, when I moved to Linux, there's so many things I could do in Windows that I just couldn't do in Linux because it's done completely different. And that's the biggest thing, the bridge to gap. Many power users are also stuck in their ways where like, I'm too old to learn that, or I don't want to learn that. And those people will just always be lifelong Windows users. Oh man, I need to turn off that bling bling. Thanks for the resub there, VCA. Yeah, we're running it in Linux. Phoenix running Zed in Windows is no small feat. We could try to compile it in Windows after this. I did not have very good luck on the inside system that had Windows. I think compiling Zed editor using like the AUR or Nix would be, it is light years ahead of what's done on Windows. The compile is still taking a long time though. We've been streaming for, I think we've been compiling for almost 10 minutes now. And this ain't no slouch of a system, so whew. So far, Zed editor is not very impressive. Yeah, so that's the thing I don't understand about the people that created Zed. I guess they imagine everybody uses Mac or something. I don't understand. It could be a single, no. I want to say when I was compiling inside, I also have a pretty beefy system in there on Windows. It still took a long time. It had like a 3 gigs of crap to download and use. Now, it does look like we have Zed up and going now. Let's see, Zed. Okay, so Zed's going. Very cool. What errors are we getting? Interesting. Let's try to do a distro box export. And we're just gonna try app. Ooh, actually, let's update. Update DB. Ooh, it didn't like that. All right, so now we have that. As far as hardware goes, this is our NeoFetch. Oh, I don't even have NeoFetch on this. Well, this is distro box, so we'll install it though. Yeah, that's what we're rocking right now. This is a container for Arch. This is just the distro box version, but it's actually Bazzite is what I'm rocking. All right. Trying to think probably the best way now. Let's do a locate, or actually let's just do which Zed. So it's user bin Zed. Let's distro box export -- app and user bin Zed. Does not have any desktop files. Well, I guess we can just send the binary and launch it that way. I don't really like that. Do we have Zed desktop? There is no Zed desktop. Zed isn't technically on Linux. It's just, you got to compile it. It's open source, so you can compile it for Linux or Windows. It's just they don't distribute a binary, which is kind of crazy. But again, the developers using Mac. I don't know what it is with the younger crowd and Mac in developing. I couldn't imagine using a Macintosh to develop stuff. I know that's like blasphemy, but again, I don't know. I think you should develop for Windows first because that's like 78% of the market share. So if you're developing a piece of software, if you don't have a Windows binary, what are you doing? And then obviously, if you're going ahead and making like a Mac binary, just go ahead and make a Linux binary to go with it. It's both Unix-based systems, and it should be pretty easy to make both. So I don't understand with the Zed Mac-only approach, like pretending, I guess, all these programmers use Macs. Again, I don't know. That's weird. It feels like more of the hobbyists out there do programming on Mac. I don't know. I'm not a professional programmer. You got me. Everybody I know is over 40, and none of us use Macs. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not part of the cool kids club for sure. Let's just send the binary of Zed. We'll do ESR bin Zed. Okay. We exported Zed out into our main system. I think we could exit that. So if we ever need to launch Zed, I think we could do a desktop file and create it ourselves. I think I will actually do that. It's been a while since I created a desktop, but let's go bin. What do we have here? This is the bin folder. I want to say there should be like a share applications. And let's create our own desktop file in here. Probably copy something like Arch Synergy desktop to Zed desktop. Because Arch Synergy is going to be a distro box application. And I think we could just change a few things around and accomplish the same thing. Arch, and then user bin Zed. And then we're going to call this Zed editor. Comment, maybe, yeah, there we go. Comment, code at the speed of thought by a Mac fanboy. Perfect. Icon, just say Zed. If you're not going to make a desktop, I'm going to at least humiliate you a little bit for doing this. And then class Zed. Keywords. Let's just get rid of that. Utility. I think we could probably change that. Is it? Oh, it is. It is capital Z, I think. I think you're right. Let's just change that. Oops. Alrighty. Yeah. So now we have that. I think that should just Zed editor. Perfect. And now, do we have any options? Let's go settings. Okay, so everything's done from a JSON file. This is very reminiscent of when Windows launched Windows Terminal. Everything was done from settings JSON. Okay, cool. I don't necessarily like the... That's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, also done Box Betty. Okay, app Zed. Well, I didn't see there was no actual desktop file, so the -- app Hikari on DistroBox would fail because Zed Editor didn't have a desktop file to export as an application. So I could only export the binary, which is fine. No, don't form opinions. The Zed Linux roadmap is 20%. Okay, that's a good point. Before we get too crazy here, let's look at the roadmap before I roast Zed. Oh, let's go Zed Dev. I guess I roasted him just because I was like, why is Mac the first thing you build of all the things? Why? That's just bonkers. All right, Linux roadmap. What do we have? Add client-side decorations, resize moving, decide how to distribute the binary, fix modifiers getting stuck, render a menu, improve GPUI prompts, resolve all to-do Linux. Goal for the Linux preview bit. Oh, wow. This is super alpha, guys. So, yeah. Good point. Okay. Add support for LiveKit's Rust SDK. Add support for file drag and drop. That's such a Linux problem right there. Implement the CLI. Well, let's see what we can do in this thing. I'm gonna heart this. Oh, am I not? Oh no, I am signed in. Well, it was built 1 month ago. Okay. Well, the most recent one that we used the AUR for to rebuild, I think it will actually not be that bad. Well, maybe possibility. What kind of... Wow, why is there so many branches? Dude, look how many branches this project has. Holy crap balls. What's up with that? Chat? That is very interesting. The git flow. Okay. It's kind of wild. That's a lot of open issues. How long has this been around? Like the project itself, 32,000 stars. I mean, this is a huge project. So many different issues submitted. 1 branch per feature. Really? Is that how it should work? I mean, I've never seen that flow. When I'm working on like WinUtil and things of that nature, I do feel like getting away from just having like 1 test branch, run all the features into one deal, and then merge is not a good method either. So I'm not saying the method I use for that's right, because it's not. But 1 branch per feature, when you merge that feature in, you would close out that branch. But then if you had bugs, you'd have to create a new branch. I don't know. It's an interesting take. Yeah, I guess it depends on how you want to organize. Yeah, merging the features could be easier, but with 464 branches, that's 464 features. I don't know. I don't know on that one. That seems a little excessive to me. Oh, okay. Git flow. It has its own package that lets you flow the feature, and it'll make the feature branch. And once you're done with it, you merge it in. So everybody works off like their own branch that is working on a specific feature, and then you merge that in. Some projects keep feature branches around, some don't. Yeah, I don't. I like to keep mine really, really trimmed. Highly pruned. Well, okay. Well, an interesting bit. This is just a huge project. I had no idea. I don't know why this is just now picking up on my radar. I guess because it's just a Mac-only editor. Anywho, we do have it installed now. So, got that going for us. What do we do? What's the sign-in process look like? Okay, signed into Zed. So now I'm nice and signed in. We got themes. One dark. I mean, it just knows me. I'm a one dark guy. Not much there. What else we got? All right. Extensions. Ew. Mac OS Classic. Ooh, gross. Okay. What else we have? Make. Syntax highlighting. Probably going to need that. Toml. I actually use Toml every once in a while. Log and HTML. Sure. Why not? Let's just install a bunch of extensions out of this. PHP. On a rare occasion, I'll hit a PHP. I like how it sorts it by downloads. So I can see what everybody else is using. Oh, synthwave theme. Well, let's install that. That's great. I kind of like it. It's got a little more contrast going on with the synthwave. Yeah, you're not going to have nearly a robust extension layout as as many of the other ones out. Okay, so we got C#. Oh, a Nord theme. Sure, let's install it too. CSV, Zig, base 16. I'm trying to think of what I would work the most on. Nix, sure. Every once in a while I pull up something from Nix. Still have to work on my configuration. Okay. Haskell. Ugh. Docker Compose. Sure, every once in a while I'm loading up Docker. Actually, probably about once a week. Anything else going on here? Cadence syntax highlighting. I mean, it's got a lot of extensions, but now we're starting to get into like the double digits, the single digits. Not much. Okay, that's about it. I just kind of wanted to go through the extensions list, see what all's in here. Not too bad. Inline assistance, buffering search. Let's pull in a basic project and see what happens. Open a recent project. Nothing. And you got your file tree over here. Collab panel. Oh, that's cool. So let's open up a project. Let's go to my GitHub. What do we want to open up and change? Out of all the projects I have, what are we feeling? Maybe my Bash. I think I need to update that anyways. So we got Bashrc here. It is very fast. I like that. Syntax highlighting looks pretty good. What's this look like when I have this open? This is just channels and contacts. I'm not sure what the collab panel is. This is project diagnostics. That's going to be Control-Shift-M. Okay. We got go to line, select language, spawn tasks, terminal panel, GitHub Copilot. All right. And assistant panel. What's that? An assistant panel is an inline assistant to help you manage, open up your API key. You can get your API keys from here, paste it in. Okay. Yeah, so this is to use GPT. Can't use this without the OpenAI assistant, which is fine. Chat panel, notifications. Okay. So let's say we want to refactor some stuff. Control Enter is an inline assistant. What if we pull up the assistant? It's not going to allow me without the API key. Well, I could go ahead and sign up and grab an API key. Maybe. Oh yeah, VI Bindings. We need to do that. Do we have VI Bindings in here? I don't see it yet. VI Bindings. Zed specifics. Custom key bindings. Well, you have to have like an insert and edit mode at that point, right? Some Vim settings are available to modify the default Bitfinder. Okay, yep. So grabbing Vim, like this should be fine. And I guess we just toss that into our JSON. So Vim, okay. Expected comment, okay. Maybe that comes outside of it. Something like that, maybe? No, it doesn't like that formatting. Oh, Vim mode wasn't checked. Oh, okay. After 16. Huh. How do you reset or reload? What's that look like? Let's remove our assistant. Ah, yeah. Got it. Okay. Oh, look at that. It reformatted it. Perfect. So then we have cursor blink, relative line numbers, scroll bar, show, never, gutter. Okay. Probably grab these. It's kind of weird doing these manual edits, but let's just put that in there. Don't need that. And if we save, I like the auto formatting. That's nice. Yeah, I definitely see probably a return to Arch series, but that was kind of to be, anytime you try a distro. So far, though, I'm liking it. There's just certain things here and there where I'm like, this would be so much better if I could just build the native app. Using DistroBox and app image and stuff can be a little bit challenging at times where I'm like, all right. So they're going to build a whole settings menu for this. Right now, it's just a JSON file. The same thing happened when Windows Terminal came out at the first time. Supported plugins. I wonder. So it has a command valet like Vim. And then we have Vim mode that we have to probably enable. Okay. Yeah, multi-cursor too. I'm not a big fan of multi-cursor, actually. I know, but I mean, don't take anything I say. I'm just like an old man over here. I like to code like it's 1999. All right. Well, if I close that out, I wonder if there's... So we have our relative line numbers now. Okay, well, I wonder how we enable Vim mode. Vim mode true to your settings. Okay. All right, then we pull up the JSON file again. Just go bam. Vim mode settings true. That's probably not where it goes. Does it go here? And then if we come back into here, no. Yeah. Maybe before the Vim buffer like that. So I think it does a live reload. No. Yeah, it's outside the Vim block. Settings. Vim. And then you have multi-cursor editing, which we talked about a little bit. Although, yeah, when you do it, now that you say multi-cursor editing, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's actually very nice. Holding Alt and CMD. So that would be Alt and super key. Okay. Well. All right. And super P for... Or is it Alt P? Let's see. Nope. Okay. Control is going to be the command key. Okay. Yeah. Initial thoughts here is this feels very, very, very much like obviously just a Mac editor. If you don't have a Mac OS, I don't know if you really want to use this type of project. It's being as big as it is and so many Mac users using it and everything coded around the Mac and it's all Mac first. I don't think it makes much sense for a non-Mac guy to use it like myself. I like the idea of it and the speed is there. I will say it was very fast to load, very fast to edit. Let's see what else we got. There's got to be freaking Vim, right? Just give me Vim. Vim. All right. Vim mode is a work in progress. Fundamental are still missing. We are continually developing it. You can enable Vim mode true in your settings. And I did that. Maybe I need to relaunch. Maybe it's having a Windows moment. Let's just close and then relaunch Zed. Okay. I was having a Windows moment. Okay, great. Yes. Nice. Okay. That's kind of neat. So we have that for the settings file. We do have Vim mode. How are we going to interface with Copilot, I wonder? So this is just going to send settings. So Copilot settings is loading. Okay, cool. And here is the Vim JSON file. So these are a lot of the different things. If you're a big NeoVim or Vim user, you could easily come into Zed, grab this, and you can see, okay, this is everything I need to grab, or these are all the settings that is done by default. So if you want to change any of this, it looks like it gives a pretty extensive list. Very interesting. So auto update failed. We have Vim going. Yeah, and then just tossing like an OpenAI key into here probably would be nice. And then you could use GPT to probably like refactor and things of that nature. Yeah, Zed's there in Arch too. I actually installed it through DistroBox, Arch Linux Spin. Lap CE is also pretty neat, like VS Code, but also written in Rust, so much snappier. Yeah, so OpenAI keys, what it does is it's a pay to play. So anytime you're querying OpenAI, you have like a card on file and you use your API key, it'll charge you a couple pennies each time. And as long as you're not using it like hundreds of times per day, that's fine. And if you are using it more than that, obviously, I think there is like an unlimited AI plan, maybe not unlimited, but it does take quite a few calls before you hit like the $20 fee. I am curious to see what happens with Lambda. What is it? Zuck and team. What is it? What's Facebook AI? Llama 3, I think it was, right? Yeah, Llama 3 open source now. I want to say Zuck and team 5 days ago completely open source this so we can run a local instance of it. And that's kind of what I kind of want to get to. I don't want to do like a software as a service. I'd much rather just have a machine back there, load it up with all these, and then just interface directly locally with it without having to do any API calls. One, it'll be a lot faster and not having to wait for a response from the internet. And then two, be a lot cheaper. So this is actually good. And state of art performance. I think there's already some people that have, for the Meta Llama 3 model, I think you can just use it. We can try to spin one up right now. Let's see. Llama 3. Llama. Llama. Ah, okay. Llama. Oh, my boy. It's going to be one of those streams. I'm totally not with it. Ollama is a great tool to run the AI locally. Okay. Ollama. I was just waiting for chat. Ollama 3. So if we just go Ollama, get up and running with large language models. All right. Download. Curl. And do we want to do this in a distro box? Maybe. All right, I think I'm done with Zed for now. I think Zed's neat, and I could see the benefits to it, especially once the roadmap gets completed on Linux. And I see why like some Mac developers could use it. But obviously for Windows and Linux, probably not worth installing. There's already way better editors out there that have all these features polished. I look forward to it. I'm going to keep Zed on my radar. I'm not going to make a video about Zed yet. I kind of want to see more polish on the Linux and Windows side of things, and then I'll make a video. It'll be like another... I made one video about like Arc browser back when they only had Mac browsers. Anytime someone just makes something for Mac and that's all they release it, I'm never going to take it seriously. And you can just expect a huge bias in me just calling that software crap and moving on. I know that's not fair to them, but it's just how my mind works. If you don't make something for 80% of the population, I kind of have to question whether or not you're serious about the development behind that thing. Having said that, I know there's super passionate Mac people out there and super passionate Linux people out there, but almost all the Linux stuff is very versatile between Windows and Linux. Very, very seldomly do you run into one thing that's just good for one of them, but I digress. There's a plugin that works well with Llama. Okay. Oh, should we do the update on stream, Hikari? Do we want to update Bazzite real fast? We'll just let chat decide. Let's just do a straw poll. Straw poll. Do you guys want to see a Bazzite update? Because I think it goes... Is it Fedora 40 out yet? 1 second. Okay. But is Bazzite 40 out yet? I should have checked Discord. Bazzite 40 released April 15th. Okay, Bazzite's not on Fedora 40 yet. Okay. That's what I was checking. I was like, oh, okay, maybe we do a straw poll for that. Let's just do you just, I guess. Somebody doesn't like my Starship prompt? Why? I'm still using CD. I just made a video like, stop using CD, use Z instead for Zoxide. Ah. Old habits die hard, man. Old habits die very, very hard. I love Bazzite, but it's going to take me a while to get used to that. Oh, Ollama was just added. Okay. Oh, I could alias it. Yeah. So you just... Let's see. What? You just update? Let's see what the updates entails. Are we up to date? I can't tell. Well, it's not one character faster, so you can do like interactive input and stuff like that. Proton up failed. Huh. Well, 1 second here. Oops. What's happening? Whoa, what did I do? All right, updating Arch. Oh, it goes through and updates all your distro box. Firmware updates. Oh, damn, it updates your firmware too? Okay, Flatpak updates. Uh-huh. Updates TLDR, that's nice. PIP3, NeoVim updates. That's pretty slick. I didn't realize the update command goes and updates everything. It even grabs my Git repositories and updates those. What was I doing here? Zoom edition, fix annoying recover swap pop-ups. Huh. I don't even remember making those PRs. You want bigger? Bigger fonts. Okay, there you go. Bigger. 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 Go bigger. That's as big as it gets. Okay. That's kind of cool, though. Okay. That's really neat that when scrolling through here, it first grabs a system update, and then it's go, okay, there's that. It runs Proton up, which my Proton up is currently broken. I must have done something there. That's something I probably did. It's updating distro box, which is kind of cool. Then we got firmware updates. Well, I like auto updates. That's really neat. And now, see, you just can't win. Now people are saying it's too big. I'm just going to type in here from now on. It's just going to be that big. Just kidding. Just kidding. We'll go right here. So the Linux AMD GPU control application. I want to say that's LACT is the actual acronym for it. I think that's been updated and they're changing that out. Huh. Yeah, the Proton up failure's my bad. I'm pretty sure that was something I did. I think it was already existing and then I did an update and broke it because it was already in my home folder. Do you recommend any useful applications that makes Linux feel better? Man, trying to think. Well, you know me, Hikari. Come on, you know I'm gonna break things. It's like what I'm known for. I'm like the Linus of the Linux world. Linus better not try Linux out. He's gonna take my top spot of breaking stuff. But yeah, that's interesting. I wonder what is it stuck? Maybe I shouldn't have done the Control C to cancel the update. Nah. Let's let it go for... We'll go to 305. Oh, there it goes. Generating init RAM FS. Huh. What's it doing? It's kind of neat, though. I'm not mad at anything yet. Yeah, ZSH, Starship. You know, I'm not a huge fan of ZSH. I was on ZSH for about 6 months. And then I ended up going back to Bash. There's something about Bash prompt I just enjoy more than ZSH. I know that sounds like blasphemy, and most people like ZSH, but I really enjoy Bash. Just plain old Bash. ZSH always ends up kind of annoying me. But yeah, Starship, Zoxide, NeoVim's amazing. NeoVim takes a long time to get going. Like, I've just been using it for about 2 years now, maybe 3 years, and it still feels like I'm about 10% there on learning NeoVim, with about 90% left to go. There's quite the learning curve on NeoVim. Love it to death, though. Couldn't live without NeoVim. What can I say? I'm a Zoomer, you're a Boomer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. RPM OS tree does not show any progress. Also, init RAM FS generation is reapplying your built-in kernel modules that you enabled via FIO. Yeah, my virtualization is why this is taking so long. We did some layering on the OS tree that definitely will add to the rebuild time here. But it should also make it much more reliable on updates, which is good. So I shouldn't be able to really break my system. We'll see about that. I think slower and you'll be able to code at the speed of thought. Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of people think of me as... I don't know what people think of me, honestly. I'm like all over the map between Windows PowerShell. Really, if I had to pick my strengths, it would be Windows PowerShell and Bash scripting and installing different Linux distros. Professional distro hopper. I don't know. I don't even know what my resume would even look like now. Because people follow me for different reasons. It's kind of strange. Some people think I'm a programmer. I don't consider myself a programmer at all. And yeah. I don't know. Scripting I don't think is really programming. I'm very good at scripting and automation. That's my jam. If you can think it up, typically I can do it somewhere in the computer and automate things. Like it's like if Zed was like awesome and like done well, I probably would create just an automation script to build it for everybody. Yeah, there we go, Zed. Yeah, the Linux guy. That's awesome. I mean, usually I honestly, when it comes to videos, I either fall into you're the Linux guy or you're the guy with the Windows utility. One of the two. It depends on the person. If like, let's say they're a Mac user that occasionally dabbles in Windows, I'm usually the Windows utility guy. If they're a Linux user, I'm the Linux guy that just installs every single operating system he sees and just tries everything out he can get his hands on in Linux, which I do. And Linux is what I have the most fun with. If you can script, you can program. Probably. I mean, with the advent of all the tools and everything, it's kind of insane that you can pick up a language you know nothing about, as long as you understand like basic stuff, libraries, header files, top-down programming, just proper structure, and then documentation. I think anybody can do it. Yes, programming is very different from Bash scripting, 100%. Bash scripting is its own little beast. Kari, the RuneScape client guy. I probably will forever know you as the PCI pass-through guru, Hikari. Any kind of pass-through problem I've ever had, if ever I've reached out, you've always had an answer. Yeah, Sparky's the Python guru. Python. God, what was it? That one Python script you wrote for me to fix my website that one time saved me like hours of work. That was amazing. I'll never forget that. What? Pull it out. Okay. So we're back. So it'll grab... Man, this updates a lot. That is neat. Look at that. So you have the system update, Proton up, DistroBox, firmware updates, Flatpak, TLDR, pip, NeoVim, CLI extensions for GitHub, Git repositories, LACT, Mozilla GNOME themes. That's funny. Third-party CSS loader themes. Oh, yeah, like Decky Loader and things. All right. Phoenix is saying I should let him fix my prompt. All right. Let's see what you got, Phoenix. Do we have Chatterino going? Did I ever get Chatterino? Ah, I did. Look at that. All right. All right, here we go. Let's pull it up. What are we doing here? Starship. Golang, Kubernetes, Docker, Capuchin theme, huh? So this is your TOML? All right, fine. Let's give it a whirl. We'll all right, we're gonna take a poll whether or not my iteration is better than Phoenix's iteration. Here we go. So this is my prompt. My glorious, wonderful prompt that obviously is the best in the entire world. then we're going to go into config. Let's see what we got. Oh, z.config. Okay, yeah. Do we have Starship? I think a Starship Trommel. Yeah. There. Wait a second. Is that linked? What the hell was I doing there? Huh. Starship Trommel. I don't know why that's in the var folder. Oh, that's where the home... Is that... Alright, well. Let's just remove it. We'll go vim starship dot toml. Sorry, I was just having a brain fart there. Alright. And now... Is this your file? Is this everything? Oh, I don't like it. This is gross. This can't be it. Phoenix, this is wrong. This looks like crap. What is happening? Did my toml... Maybe I gotta exit and relaunch. What is happening? Why isn't it showing any of my Git stuff? This is a Git repo. See? Git repo. I'm telling you. I don't know. I like mine better. I think we do a chat. I think we got to do the poll. You're going to get... It's going to be a landslide, my prompt versus your prompt. I'm just saying. This was... Whew, landslide. What are you doing? What are you doing in this toml? You got your capuchin mocha theme. All right. You gotta have your Git in here too. It should look like... Okay, you got a YouTube thing for me. All right. What do you got?
This is how you make your shell prompt.
Oh, okay. So at the end of the prompt, it should show what's going on with it. Yeah. Okay. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It looks ugly. All right, let's reopen it. Now I'm gonna look on the right side. Maybe I just had it on the wrong side or something. Let's go to ZWM Titus. For whatever reason on this prompt, it's not showing it on the right side. So it should actually show it on the right side, but it just doesn't. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Let's just go comp, remove Starship, Z, my bash. Oh, it doesn't even... Let's go git. Oh, Z, GitHub. Do I not have my bash? Yeah, there's my bash. Oh. Let's see. I probably would do something. Yeah. Hit me up, Sparky. I'm always game for a new prompt. Yeah. I mean, this one's not bad, honestly. The default one. Hell, looking at this one, this is actually not a bad default Starship prompt. You got the pull request. You have your own separated prompt out. Everything is color coded. And this is, I don't think, with any Starship prompt. All right, we got another one. I mean, just copy pasting all these ones from chat. Probably not recommended, but I'm game. So you're going like more solid line, bold, Golang. Pretty basic. So looking at the raw file, this is the format it would follow. Let's try that. I like this style and a very basic prompt by Sparky. I like simplicity. Let's just come on over to .com. Yeah. Let's go starship.toml. This is the Sparky prompt. Oh, that is weird. Oh, that is so strange. Yeah. I don't hate it. It's not as bad as Phoenix. Phoenix Lens is just like way too basic. Sorry, I have to give you a hard time, Phoenix. Let's go DWM. I kind of like the separation of the lines there. Okay. We got some other ones here. AH. Let's see what AH's prompt looks like. So we've got the Sparkies. We'll do inits and then AH. Oh, look at this one. This is one hell of a paste bin here. Node, he's separating out like Node.js, PHP, the time format. I never really understood including time in the actual prompt. It seems like wasted space to me. But before we pass judgment, Let's try it. Wait, is that which prompt? What did I do with that? All right. All right, here we go. It's powerful, huh? All right, here we go. Let's come on over back over to conf. I guess I could just do a Vim Starship. Nice. This is the new one. Oh, we gotta configure. Oops. What do we do? Save new duplicate. Let's just change that. I think we just had okay, there we go. Ooh, that one's kind of pretty. I like it. I'd probably just get rid of the time. Oh, by the way, install Ollama in UJust is not there after update. You can grab it from this commit. Okay. So Ollama is there. Can UJust it? How so? So this, and then this was the other one, the Typecraft one. I don't know. I think AH's one wins. I think AH got the best prompt out of everybody, except for the time. I'm not digging the time. So what I would do, well, let's just come on over to Starship. Let's go time. So I probably would just take this, and I don't think I need to do anything other than that. Oops, nope, that broke it. Let's just try that. Yeah, there we go. Very close. You can kind of see, you can kind of make it out right there. There's a little bit of where it's trying to round, but then it's having to fill in with like a darker blue. It's very subtle, but I kind of like that. It's a very neat font. Yeah. So I think we got it. Neoveg. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I did pull up inits. Let's just give inits a shot. Let's go raw file. Let's come on over to conf, and we'll move Starship to ah_star.toml. Vim starship.toml. All right. Let's give inits once glance over, see what all's happening here. Some teal. I'm always a sucker for blue. We got all the different, oh my god. All the different icons for the OS symbols. He's going to add that to the prompt probably. Got some, interesting. And the schema is just grabbing it from our Starship. All right. Ooh. Oh, I kind of like that one a lot better too. Except for the time, of course. But we can easily get rid of that. Well, you don't like my 24 gigs of RAM usage? What do we got going on? We probably got some Windows issues over here. What am I doing on my Windows instance? I'm sure it's fine. Whatever. Gotta love that Windows efficiency. All right. Nice. Although purple, we need to change that just for consistency's sake. Let's go foreground teal. Oops. It's actually going to be matching the background is what I need. So foreground actually should be just blue. Yeah. All right, there we go. Now it looks pretty. Yeah, it's the Windows VM. Linux people are like, what are you doing, Titus? How are you getting 24 gigs of memory usage in Linux? Just run Windows. That's how. Yeah, so let's try the UJust Ollama. Because I kind of wanted to... Is Ollama here? Because I do want to run a local instance of like an AI piece of software and then just reference it instead of doing like... I think the days of paying a subscription fee to like OpenAI are over. I know those days just got here, but I think they're already over. With just running all those models locally, I think is the way to go. I think we need a reboot. Because, yeah, I didn't see Llama in here. You just grab... Oh, Llama. Yeah, not here. Let's reboot and give it a whirl. Let's just shut this guy down. All right. Shut you off. Oh, definitely check it out there. What? What do we got, Phoenix? I'm just going to click it once. Oh, bad link. And then I got to shut that off. Yeah, it requires reboots. That's okay. I'm used to that. There's one thing I'm exceedingly good at is rebooting. So 9 days ago, Bazzite 2.5 was released, and I want to say the next one, Onward with Fedora 40 and 3.0, we're going to be moving to that soon-ish, I would imagine. Anything else we got? Oh, before I quit out of this, I do want to change my chat. One thing that bugs the hell out of me is the sounds. One of these days, guys, I'm going to fix all the different dings and pops that I get. And I don't know when that day will be, but eventually. Where is that? Uptime. Oh, all right, great. Where's audibility? Yeah, somewhere in here. Audio prompt. Name. Colorized. Names. Only search. Nope. Nicknames. Nope. Well, I don't know where that is. Whatever. It's all good. Let's reboot. We'll give it a little reboot. Yeah, there's a sound for when people mention my name in chat, with Chatterino at least. I don't use Chatterino very much on stream anymore, mainly because we do dual chatting with YouTube. So it's kind of like weird. Chatterino only pulls in Twitch chat. Oh, CentOS streams finally going end of life. Yeah, I saw that happening. Like no one's really messing around with CentOS anymore. It's kind of pointless in my opinion. I love CentOS though. It's one of my, honestly, when it comes to distributions, CentOS was my first distribution. It's the one I learned Linux on, and it's the one I use the most professionally in all of my career. Like I was in CentOS every single day. I was working from 2012 to about 2015, 2016, something like that. So it was about 3 or 4 years worth of CentOS. And yeah, it was such a good OS distro back in the day because it was just a one-to-one equivalent to RHEL without all the issues. And it's just been so good. How's the health journey going, Chris? I usually get that question about every couple weeks. So you guys might have noticed I got this necklace. I know this looks crazy. It looks like something out of a 90s film. But that's my actual wedding ring. And the whole reason behind that is because I started getting really bad callus, especially right here where the wedding ring was. I'm getting ready for Murph, which is the mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then another mile run, all while having a 20-pound weight vest on. So it's a lot of volume, and I started, it wasn't a problem with the wedding ring until I started putting on the weight vest and then doing the pull-ups. It was just tearing up my hands like crazy. So I ended up just throwing my wedding ring on my necklace, and then I was like, all right, cool. And then every day I'm like taking pumice stone and then sanding down my hands so they don't rip open from all the pull-ups I've been doing. But yeah, very healthy is the end of it, is the thing. Other than my hands, you know, if you shook my hand, you'd be like, what in the hell, dude? It's just callus everywhere. It'd be like, you're not a computer guy with the hands like that. Be like, if you only knew me 2 years ago. We need the stream points back. We should probably do that. We're going to have to do it on stream. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Weighted vests like Goku? Yeah, pretty much. Weighted vests suck, by the way. Like, you do a mile run in a weighted vest, and then you just take the vest off. You're like, oh, dude, I could run 10 miles now. It'd be so much better. Yeah, still trying to break Bazzite. It does seem like it's hard to break. Although, it did when we did Proton Up. We couldn't do it. So, let me fix that real fast. Oh, jeez, I gotta silence my phone, dude. I don't know why people blowing me up. Streaming. I'm a professional streamer, if you didn't know. Jeez. All right. What's Proton Up? Linking to a pipx environment. Oh, let's just remove Proton Up. So if we toss that in the trash, what does proton up give me now? Nothing. You just... How do I fix it now? How do I fix proton up if I broke it? Let's see if we can't do that. Oh, have you not used Trash CLI? Trash CLI is what you want. It's a great package. So, well, do I have Trash? Yeah, help. So I use Trash. The package name's trash.cli in most distributions. And what it does is you can take RM and drop it in the trash bin. There's been so many times when I RM something and said, oh crap, I need that file. And I removed too much. Then you could just restore it, do like a trash list. Hopefully there's nothing too incriminating in here. And let's say I want to restore something from here, like the Florp. We could actually do a trash restore. I think restore. And then I think we can just do something like that. Does that work? Yeah. I think it does like a fuzzy find of it. And, oh, did that work? Maybe 0. And then if we do a listing of home, Titus, I could have just done it tiddly, but whatever. Is Florp restored? Build. Yeah. So then it restores Florp. I think also, like, let's delete Florp again. Remove. Actually, build Florp. So that trashes again. I think you can also. It shares the bin with this. Does Florp in here? Yeah. So it actually puts it in your trash bin here as well. So when you RM stuff, it'll drop it both into your trash bin on your, you know, whatever you're using, whether that's Dolphin or Nemo or, geez, Nautilus, whatever your file explorer is, it'll do it. Or you could just restore it directly from CLI as well. Oh yeah, Proton up. That's what we're doing. So how do we restore Proton up? Well, you just... Did we ever get Ollama going? Ollama. Where you at, Ollama? I don't think we ever got Ollama. I did manage to break Proton up. Now, one way we could fix that is just do like a distro box and then export the Proton up command. I don't think that's how they did it, though. So I'm kind of curious to see how we can get that back. Restore original default terminal. Okay. Set up Decky. Distro box. So the next version is going to be Ollama. Yeah, we're done with Zed. I think we need to revisit Zed after it has more development in Linux. Right now, if you're not a Mac user, don't bother with Zed. It's just going to be more problems than it's worth. The build is going to be kind of crazy. Okay, I'll be here Friday for the live image. Yeah, I could just yoink it from there. Really? Well, now I'm just trying to decide. I don't know how I screwed up my Proton up, but the one way to fix I can think of is to just launch into my Arch container. I do like with this prompt, you notice how it gives you the OS symbol. When using DistroBox, having the new prompt does help with that. I think I might commit this to my bash RC or my bash. Oh, really? Just file. What is that doing? Oh, really? So you just can import whatever you want directly into .just file since it uses the UJust package manager. Install. Oh, interesting. All right. Let's go grab Proton up real fast, though. Probably the best way to do this, since it's just a script, if you're not familiar with Proton up. Proton up. There's Proton up Qt, which actually I think comes built into Bazzite. So Proton up Qt. I bet it still works since it's independent of Proton up Qt. Yeah. So you have these unused versions. Oh, that's cool. I haven't really used the GUI version of this. What kind of versions do we have now? Still 9.4 is the latest. And then we have 8.32, and yeah, I think we'll leave that. However, if we look at Proton Up, this one, what was last update? Man, Proton Up hasn't seen very many updates. But let's do a pip3 install and see what happens. Let's not do it. Let's try it first from the Fedora terminal just to see what happens. Yeah, this one's going to work. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Proton Up, that fixed it. So we just reinstalled it with a pip3 install of Proton Up. So that's fixed. Yeah, and then if we run like a UGist update, it should work. Yeah, pipx I think is more up to date. I think almost everything's moving to pipx, with pip needing a virtual environment for almost everything now. New link react to that terminal setup. Yeah. Phoenix, I think I'm going to pass on the terminal setups for today. I like this one. I think this one's a good one. I'm going to hang out with this one for a little bit. If you want to integrate Ollama local AI into VSCode, check this plugin, continue.dev. Let's see. Continue.dev. Dark Reader's making that. Whoa. Okay. Well, there's a lot of opacity there, and I can't really read, so sorry, I'm going to just blind you guys. Auto, amplify, develop. How many spins of VSCode forks are we going to get out of this thing? AI. If I have to see one more code editor saying the power of AI. Jeez. Yeah, so I have been using, what was it, Cursor? Cursor.sh. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Does it have Llama? Ah, shoot, I don't know. I think I have it installed, right? Let's see. Let's see if there's an update and if it has the new language model built in. Flashbang the entire everybody out there. I don't see any updates. Do we have any updates here? I don't see anything there. But let's grab this. What language models do we have? So we only have GPT and Cursor on this. I want to say it has a function to add more language models. With Llama 3, I keep calling it Lambda. Sorry, guys. I just hear so many YouTube comments when I put this public. They're like, damn it, Titus. Hey, we all can't have an on day every day. And that's me most days. It's an off day. Every once in a while, I have one of those beautiful streams where everything just kind of works out. That's not this stream. So continue.dev's a plugin for VSCode. What happens? What happens if we put that in here? So here is this. Install on your IDE of choice. Llama 3, GPT-4, and more. Over 100,000 installs. Dude, look at this. Look at that. Is that not exactly what Cursor 3 or Cursor SH is doing? I knew this would happen. I knew someone would make something to replace that. That's cool. You have your model down here. Oh, that is neat. I think it is. Because right now, so I made a video about Cursor, and they added this like chat feature, which here, I'll pull it over the screen so it's not covered up by chat. So this is what I've been doing. So I would pull up my code. Let's pull up like a project I want to rebase. Like my bash. I need to set up like a new bash script here. Give me bashrc. Actually, we'll just open up bash and bashrc. And what I could do is just do Control L and go refactor and make suggestions with error checking. So a lot of times I would pull up something like this. Say, hey, give me a basic refactor. And then it goes, hey, okay, yeah, use functions for repeated logic and give a whole bunch of suggestions. Does this source exist? Then you can do it. And then also add error checking to anything I have. Yeah, it says you've aliased RM to trash, which is good practice for safety. We actually already just talked about that. Use conditional initialization for tools like Nala or Starship. You might do this. If command Nala, then alias app to Nala, and same goes for Starship. So then what I would do is I go, okay, all that sounds good. Apply all these changes. Yes. And this should go through and make a substantial amount of changes to the refactor. And I'd just go through and see what all it changed. And this actually adds quite a bit to, it fixes a lot of issues you have with, like, let's say, incorrect Bashrc. And that's what I've been using Cursor for. But with the extension over here, like what chat mentioned, this would be pretty good. Yeah, I'm really tired of the buzzword AI type crap, for sure. But I will say this does work, and obviously it is using language models. And I've been able to do quite a bit with it. All right, we got the CPMV. We're doing a little more verbosity, those. Great. And for the aliases, that's fine. I'm not sure what this piping these returns. That's kind of odd. That's one thing. CD into an old directory. Honestly, all these aliases can probably disappear. I'm using Zoxide for everything anyways. AI is the new gaming buzzword. Oh, man. Everything's AI. Pork bomb. Oh. But yeah, I mean, looking at these types of things when it's refactoring. So this is all the stuff I have been doing. Dump IP list. This is just removing what is my IP. Just a old comment. Yep. This is doing an error check for Llama and then Starship and then just emptying out something at the bottom here. Like most of this I would agree with. There's only a couple things that I'm like, nah, probably not. I think it was these suggestions right in here with the home CD and these dots, doing these piping and then hitting return. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So I would say no to that. But the rest of it looks good. So I'd be like, all right, good. Control enter, accept. And then that's it. So we've effectively done all that. And then you could create a new one and then just say, check for syntax errors, and see what it comes up with. Let's see. Complex, permanently structured, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we don't have any of that, and I don't see anything from here. So this would be sufficient. There's nothing in here that I'm like, okay. And with these additions, we pretty much fixed our Bashrc. And so that's what I use Cursor for right now, but I really would like to ditch Cursor and then also use a local instance, because you notice how slow that was to do it, because it's having to pass everything to the internet, double check it, and then run it that way. I want to run my language models locally, local AI, local language models. So then it could easily fill this in and just do it a lot faster. That's the big thing. Oh, really? Local is way slower. Oh, damn it. How's that possible? What if I just have like a big, just a huge amount of stuff going on? I mean, that's possible. Like, just toss a ton of hardware at it. Yeah, I think it would depend on hardware, right? So if I had a really beefy hardware, I think it'd be okay. Really, a 4090 won't get me there? Holy crap. Well then. Well, it still doesn't stop me from doing it. Let's install this model and try just using, what, VSCode? Do we have VSCode installed? Let's just try, you know what? Let's use the Discover store like a lowly peasant. Try running Fortnite. Really? Fortnite works now. I thought the anti-cheat would cause it not to work. So let's grab code, VS Code. Let's install it. Code OSS, if you're unfamiliar, this is like a flat pack version of VS Codium. So if you want like an open source with a lot of the telemetry removed and Microsoft shenanigans removed, Code OSS is what you want, or OSS. Yeah, that's what it said. And that's pretty good. I still use GitHub and Copilot and a lot of Microsoft stuff. So that's why I still use standard code or standard Visual Studio Code. So now we have code. Let's launch into it. Code. And I'm going to sync all this up real fast with, with my GitHub account. Turn on cloud changes. I am with GitHub. I would show you guys this, but I think a lot of times it actually shows my IP address when I sign in. Show K-Wallet. I'm having a K-Wallet issue. What? I might want like a password or something. Anyways. It does look like it's signed in though. All right. I think we're good. Manage. Trust. Add folder. Anything in my GitHub folder we're going to allow. I don't want a bunch of problems there. Mark is done. All right. Now, if we go into our extensions. Ooh, still I don't have anything synced. Download update. Oh, it wants to download that way. Okay, well, that's not working. Oh, it's in. So I just can hit continue dev, right? Continue.dev. Let's just try continue. There it is. Open source autopilot software development. Bring the power to your IDE. Let's install it. Interesting. All right. The other thing I'm kind of wondering about, the sync is not working right now. So I have a bunch of stuff. It should sync up. Let's just do sync maybe. Let's close it and reopen it. It's not honoring my code. Okay. Oh, hell. All right. Never mind. 1 second. Let me sign in again. I think since I do auto login in KDE, it really doesn't like K-Wallet being open without actually signing in again. Let me close the wallet and reopen it. Let's go K-Wallet Manager. Close. Yeah, whatever. Open. Okay. I don't see anything here, so I think we can come off of the dock screen. But as soon as I do this, it's probably going to cause problems. Settings sync. Okay, there it is. So it looks like it's working. Maybe? Okay. There we go. Finally. I don't know why it took so long for the sync. So now we have all our extensions. Okay, 32 extensions installed. We have that. And we should have the continue. We got fully local. This is Ollama, LM Studio, and others. Use best available commercial models to index code and answer questions. Code is still only ever stored locally. Okay. So for chat, you got GPT-4, Claude 3, and others with a free trial. Okay. We'll hit continue. So you have this free trial. Let's try Ollama, old Meta's thing. You need API keys for the other ones. Auto detect. So this is going to use localhost. So now at the same time, let's pull up the Bashrc that we already did. Home, GitHub Bashrc, and my bash. Open. This is like a really simple one to look at too. So let's go continue. All right, fine. Sign in. Allow. Yeah, it keeps giving me this wallet error from KDE. Annoying. I probably could cheese this. I'll probably do it offline though. Just because it's a wallet type deal. It's annoying. But let's say we want to do a refactor. We're using Claude 3, but we're going to switch this to this one. All right. Is that going to allow us? All right. I'm automatically changed. So now, why did that not add? Model successfully added to the config.json. You can use this file, further edit. All right, fine. Close and reopen maybe. Oh, I don't have Ollama installed. Oh, that's right. You got to have the Let me grab that script. I think Hikari mentioned the script earlier that I need to grab. I meant to install it, but then I got sidetracked. I'll leave it to me to get sidetracked. So if I pull up chat here, Chatterino, and I think Hikari mentioned the commit that I need to grab and then just add it to the ujust file. So if we look at here, go into ujust. Oh, was it? Maybe actually it was just. Oh, the .just file is what I need. It's not ujust. .just file. So take this, just add inside the. Wait. So all right, let's see. just add the install llama section to the .gist file, and then call it using just command. Okay, I got you. I got you, Curry. So let's look at the file. Add this action, install llama, copy that, and you just add this entire to just file and then call it. Seems too simple. But here we are. Let's try just F, and then we're just going to call the just file. Is it ujust-f just file? Huh. Just F, just file. Maybe it was install dash Ollama. Oh, I am. How did that happen? Oh, there we go. Dirt. All right, just F dot just file install dash Ollama. That's kind of wild. You could just toss that into one file and then pull it down with this. And oh geez, I just still gotta fix the annoying beeps, I tell you. Oh, there it is. Aha! No more beeping. Just FU the file, I agree. All right. There we go. I hate beeps. I'll run a whole system on no audio for a long time. Now, the one downside to a lot of the updates with like a Bazzite or anything using like OS tree is there's not much in the way of progress. You just kind of have to trust the process. You could probably do like a task manager, much like you do on Windows, like a system monitor. Take the system monitor. Let's just take that like right here, sure. And then you have your memory, but let's see, CPU usage. Still doesn't really show much. I mean, obviously we're spiking up a little bit on CPU usage, but it's only showing those applications, not system-wide applications. Probably because we're not running it as sudo, and ujust, I think, elevated past what we could see. So it was only showing this, even though the overview is like a 20% CPU usage. Okay, please install Ollama CLI via brew install Ollama. If you haven't installed brew yet, which I don't think we have, old homebrew, type in, yes, feels like a Linus thing. Yes, I understand. What am I going into? I guess I should read first. Please ignore everything the installer tells you to do at the end. We have already done it for you. You just need to close and reopen the terminal after installation. Do you understand? Sorry guys, I almost had a Linus moment there. It happens. Okay. Script will install all this. Sure. All right. We've got that going. It's not in our path, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure they took care of that. Can I not type in my password? Okay, there we go. Perfect. Can't remember what was the other thing I needed to do. Brew install Ollama after this. Okay, so just close, open, brew, install Ollama. Okay. Man, it's been a while since I've used Homebrew. All right. So now to start Ollama now and restart at login, brew services, start Ollama. All right. Starting up our model locally. The old Zuck AI is going on our machine in our Linux. This feels like blasphemy. I feel like I'm about to get struck down any moment now. But for science. Let's pull it up. Let's close this guy out. Relaunch old code. Close that guy. Grab this. We are activating extensions. Looks like it's indexing. Interesting. If we click this, it's still not there. But I bet you now we could click Ollama. And now, still not there. Hey, it could be fast. It could be fast. We are on a Xeon processor here. However, the indexing here, I don't know exactly what's going on there. Still indexing. Vector DB voyage code -2. Yeah, it has to finish indexing. Taking bets. How long do you think this will take? Yeah, I self-host a lot of stuff in it. The big stuff, well, I've kind of gotten away. It's kind of a weird renaissance we're going through here. Like, rewind the clock like 5, heck, even 10 years, everything was kind of moving to the cloud. And now, with all of big tech getting as greedy as it's gotten, almost everything is moving from the cloud back to local systems. Unless you just don't have the means to make that happen. But you're going to be paying through the nose for most any kind of cloud-based system. Any kind of software as a service, that whole model has ruined a lot of cloud-based computing. I mean, when it comes to on-prem, you just, I don't know, it's making a resurgence, a big resurgence in a lot of ways, because now all these cloud companies in all these big tech has followed the Walmart model, where Walmart came in, drove out all these mom and pop stores, closed them down, and then said, oh, okay, now we're the only game in town. You will pay what we want you to pay. And that's essentially what's happened with the cloud. Almost everything that's turned into a subscription service, everything's turned into this crazy price. Hell, I can't tell you how many monthly fees for all kinds of crap there are out in the world now. I mean, you can go bankrupt just making your monthly fees with all this stuff, especially for businesses. And I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I think you're going to see a whole huge shift coming up where everything moves back to on-prem. To me, that's everything I'm setting up now. How many times did I add Ollama here, by the way? I just realized. Good night. You can't allow me around a computer sometimes. It's one of them days. Let's save that. I was not reading. Just make the edits to your JSON. All right, that's done. Let's wait for that index to finish. But yeah, I don't know. I just look at it and I'm just, that's kind of where I'm at. And I'm cheap. And I look at things, I'm like, how much return on investment I'm getting here. And, you know, I don't see much things that I farm out anymore. The only thing I almost refuse to bring back on-prem. There's one thing that I refuse to bring back on-prem. And you guys are going to laugh at me because it's probably one of the biggest things that probably should be on-prem. Email. Email. In it, you nailed it on the head. Email is a freaking nightmare to deal with online, on-prem. It's just so gross. Like, I still have PTSD from the 2000s doing Exchange servers. I've set up Linux servers, you know, when it comes to send mail and other iterations of it. There's a lot of open source projects for doing it, but damn, it sucks. Email's the one thing on-prem I'll retire before I do on-prem email again. I'm like, hey, I would much rather every single person in the world read every one of my emails than have to bring that back on-prem. That's the only thing I'm just like, I can't. I don't ever want to deal with that crap again. It was such a terrible experience. Yeah. It's not that bad. I understand. I mean, there's ways to do it pretty well, but still, it's not great. I don't like Mailgun. Mailgun's gotten kind of expensive. I still dabble my toe in it, as I've said that. I still believe in you'll still pay a little bit for like a filtering service. Think of like MX Logics back in the day. Spam Hero's another one I've used. But something that will filter a lot of the mail before it gets to your server and also do mail bagging. So let's say your server goes down, you don't lose any email. It'll just bag it for you and then deliver once your server comes back up. That still is obviously needed as a pass-through point. So you're still always going to pay something for mail. Unless you're a crazy person and you think you could just get 100% uptime. and not use like any kind of filtering service. God, like configuring like spam assassin and all that crap again, managing block lists. Ugh. I remember the days before like MX Toolbox and those types of things. That's just not fun. That's just not fun. You should self-host mail. Make videos about that. I would rather shoot myself than try and do videos about self-hosting mail. I could only imagine the questions I'd get. Hey, I love YouTube and a lot of YouTube comments, but let's be real. When you get most of the population involved with self-hosting email, that's just... Ugh, I could only imagine the comments I'd receive from that. I'm out. I'm out on that. That's not my idea of a good time. You could say I'll pay you a lot of money to do... No, I still... If I set it up, I might set it up for myself. And then just be like, all right, good enough. If I had to. But even still, I would never do a tutorial on self-hosting mail. Chicken. More like I just value my sanity. Maybe AI will save self-hosted emails. I don't know. Local hosted AI is stuck at 50% here. Let's close and reopen. All right, code. All right, let's try continue again. It's at 25% now. We went backwards. Okay. Now we got index again. Phoenix, you might have been right about the whole on... Wait. It's done. Well, so we've already added it to the file. Let's just open the file. So we have Ollama down here, and we are self-hosting it. It's just not seeing it in this menu. If we go settings, no. I don't know where it's at. Yeah, I mean, this is still, like, Ollama went open source like 3 or 4 days ago, so they're probably still working out some of the kinks here. Need to install the model. I thought we installed it through Brew. Did we not? Let's just double check. So we installed Brew Ollama here. We started the services for Ollama. And then Ollama. What kind of command? Help. Ollama. Serve. Maybe we create a model file first? Or do we pull a model? Or run a model? I feel like we got to create a model. Let's do model list. Yeah, there's no models. We got to create a model. Okay. We installed Ollama, but we don't have model. Let's try Mistral. I think that's good for CMS. Thanks for that. So let's go Ollama. And then we're going to grab install Mistral. Oh no, not that. Create. Well, I think we can pull a model, right? We got to pull the model first. So it'd probably be a pull Mistral. Yeah. Let's see. It's pulling the manifest. Alrighty. So we pull it and then we run it. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, we've got good download rates. Like, check that out. We got 1 gigabit coming through there. That's a hell of a model, 4 gigs. How do you make the background sound diminish when you talk? It's called audio ducking. Super important if you're ever doing any kind of video or streaming with multiple soundtracks. You have to use audio ducking. If you want to ever be successful on Twitch, I can't tell you how many Twitch streamers I see play a game and they don't use audio ducking, and I want to scream at them and go, look this up. I guarantee you this will help you out a lot. So if anybody ever does Twitch that watches, look up audio ducking in OBS. You'll thank me later. All right. Sorry. Success. So now we just do a run, right? Let's do a Ollama list again. So we have that. So it should just be Ollama run and just put the name Mistral. Maybe just Mistral. Okay. So now we have this. Show model information. Show info. So we're using model Llama. Parameter size 7B. Quantization level Q4_0. Looks good. Don't know what any of that means, but sure. Let's roll. Code. Now, we'll hit continue. It's going to index over there. Oh, I think I need to do Ollama serve. Yeah. No, there it is. So we have Mistral. Okay, look at... So can we just like highlight that and then say find errors? What does that give me? Look for syntax errors. That was pretty fast. I understand. Okay. Recommend error checking for this bash RC file. That's pretty fast. So this local session over here, this is like, hey, tell me a joke. Why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. That's cool. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry. That's very fast. That's a lot faster than like a GPT. Now, as far as this goes, I'm liking that. Use Control I. Oh, okay. So instead of doing this, let's say we find, oh, what do we want to change? Look, find the best version of Pico installed. Oh, lordy, okay. Weird. I don't know why that's in my Bashrc. I think I copy pasted this from somewhere else. That is not me. What else do we have in here? Yeah. Oh, let's see. Someone mentioned consistency. What if we just do Control I, reformat this Bashrc for consistency in code and readability. Did that do anything? Oh! Uh-oh. What's happening? Something's happening. Alrighty. Custom bash functions. D-type. So accept that. Assume D-type equals unknown. Alright, sure. Accept that. Custom bash functions. So it's getting rid of all of this. I don't really use much of that. Let's see if there's extract I do use. Make tar. That's something I also use for an alias. A lot of this I don't use. Oh, the alias F. That's a big one I use all the time. And yeah, LA, LL. So is it just going to wipe out everything and then replace it with like 2 lines? Okay. I feel like just accepting all of it and just see what happens. It's a sea of red. I think the old Llama wants to wipe out my whole Bashrc. Let's just accept all. We're going from 600 lines to accept all. Accept all. Just keep accepting all. Yeah, just accept all the changes. AI's writing codes for us. Goodbye, coders. Programmers don't need this. We just accept all the AI changes. See? Refactored the whole file for us. We went from 700 lines to 100 lines. There's nothing better than that. This damn thing wiped out my entire Bashrc. Literally nothing survived. It said, yeah, I understand this makes your life easier and it's Bashrc and its aliases, but we're just going to delete everything. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. Well, anyways, that's funny. Yeah, we went from 624 lines to 100 lines if we accepted all that. AI is becoming sentient. Watch out, people. Wow. This is a particularly bad model. That's even worse than anything GPT 3.5's ever thrown at me. All right, we got to try the Llama 3 model. Minstrel is garbage. So, how do we see what ones we have? Let's do a, what was it? Llama poll. Is there a Llama 3? Let's try just pulling Llama 3. It does look like Llama 3 is there. So Minstrel Llama 1 was what we were using, which was just complete garbage. Yeah, Minstrel is a general use model. I gotcha. Which, I mean, it was fine. It could tell a joke and some other novel things that I probably won't ever use, but Llama 3 was the big one that I really wanted to look at because it should do a lot more on the coding aspect. Don't call the AI garbage. Someday the future AI will not show mercy. I've called the AI so many names. I'm already in the X out button. But here's where most people didn't think of the big brain thinking. This is why I make fun of AI, and every time I'm done, you know, talking to like a Google Assistant or Alexa or, you know, any GPT or whatever AI out there, I always make fun of it because let's say they ever do take over. Do you really want to be around for when that happens? No, I'd rather be at the top of that list. I don't want to be around for them taking over. You want to live in the Matrix? No. I want to be like Cypher. Just plant me in the Matrix, you know, have me eat some steak in a good restaurant. I'm good with that. He was truly the one in the Matrix that figured it out. I know that's a pretty dark takeaway from the Matrix movie, but that's kind of where I figured it out. Okay, we've pulled this. We have that. Now we have multiple models. So if we do a listing, you can now see I have Mistral in there. So if we look at Ollama, let's remove Mistral. I just have no use for general use AI stuff. I don't need something to tell me jokes. Although that is a pretty cool thing. So we're going to delete Mistral, and now we're going to come back into here. Let's come into there, and ooh, we're going to have to refresh that. Do we have a refresh button somewhere? Let's just close it and reopen. Here's the thing. Is the steak really fake? If you believe it, it is real, and everything in you points to, hey, that steak is delicious, and you feel it in the mouth's watering, and you eat it, and you think it's real. Isn't it real to you at that point? I mean, if that's your reality, and that is reality to you, even though it may not be the reality, if the real reality is you eat goop that tastes like junk, or you can pretend and trick your mind that you're eating steak, I don't know, call me a little jaded here, but wouldn't you rather be like tricked into thinking you're eating steak? I'm just saying. Only your brain thinks it's real. Maybe. I'm just saying, not a bad thing. All right, we got Llama 3. So we're going to go new session. Using Llama 3, refactor this file. We're not going to give it very many prompts. Okay, so how... Okay. Refactor Bashrc. Let's see what just a simple refactor looks like. That's pretty fast, guys. That's a lot faster than GPT. So far, so good. We got network, IP address lookup, Apache, PHP. The one thing I'm not getting here, what about all the aliases? Okay, here's all the refactored with all the aliases. So we have this and this. So let's say we hit this up. Wow, that was fast. Accept all. Now, there's got to be an easier way for accepting all. This is very close, though. Apache log, Apache config, PHP, MySQL. Now, if we look here, does not look like it followed some... It added some extra stuff here. We got Apache conf. Yeah. That's not quite right, is it? Huh. Seemed like it didn't finish, did it? But also, you see the refactor? It also swapped where, like, Zoxide eval at the very bottom. It does not look like it worked. Interesting. Did it get, like, the net info? Let's look for net info. It did grab that. switching distribution detection. It's pretty close. It's a considerable bit better than the first Llama model we used. Oh, we got a... Oh, that's a good one. Let's see what we got. The leaderboard. Let's pull it up. You think just throwing the Bashrc and Gemini would be better? I haven't used Gemini that much. Oh, what's happening here? Well, that is not rendering for me. Modern websites. Yeah, if it doesn't load up in the first second, it's a leaderboard. You got some programming errors, or use a different website. There's definitely some issues there. All right, Llama, Dolphin Dash Llama. Let me look at that, Sparky. So, Dolphin Llama 3 is a new model by Eric Hartford based on Llama 3 that has a variety of instruction, conversational, and coding skills. Hugging Face for references. I have never heard of Hugging Chat or Hugging Face or any of that. I'm out of the loop. You guys need to fill me in on this. Here, let's try and get this to load again. Will it load? Huggingface.co. The Open LLM leaderboard. This should give us what the model of the leaderboard for what's happening. My computer just doesn't like it. Needs to load in the background. All right, let's close out a code. Ooh, was my code set to autosave? Ah, crap. Can I undo? Damn it. Well, did not mean to do that. Wow, this looks so bad. Damn it. Starship's in here twice, isn't it? It is. Then you got Nala down here, and that's in here twice. It looks like this was like a half-completed thing. Nix OS, Nix install, whatever. Let's just get rid of it. Is there anything? Hugo reg and res Hugo. Okay. Yeah, I think most of this was... Oh, yeah, most of this was just repeats of everything. And then trim, yep. And then rot 13. Good night. MySQL config. Let's just get rid of it. Apache. Sorry, guys. I just got to clear this up. I'm not going to use half of this crap anyways. IF config super old at this point, too. Bashrc support. Or whatever. Let's just save that out. We're going to just redo all of Bashrc eventually. This never did load, by the way. Yeah, I could back up, but it's you know, it is what it is. I don't know if this one's going to be a new one. Let's try the Dolphin one that Sparky recommended. This Dolphin Llama 3. Let's pull it. Let's go Llama pull Dolphin dash Llama 3. I mean, so far, the local GPT, or local AI really, has been a lot faster than the GPT prompts. Both 3.5 and 4 were slower by a long shot. Having said that, we've only gotten bad responses, so that's not good. I'd rather it be slower and right than fast and wrong. Yeah, these models are very small, only 4.7 gigs. So let's remove the old Llama 3. Okay. Oh, I didn't know about the bashrc.d. Makes sense though. All right. Llama remove. Let's dump Llama 3, the base model, and we'll do a list. We only have Dolphin Llama 3 right now for the model. So we can just pull in code, color management. Oh gosh. Code, and so we have this, we have that Llama 3 latest, but I don't think that's actually pulling. Fix my Bashrc. This Bashrc. Let's do Bashrc. So yeah, the Llama 3 is not found. I figured that was going to happen because it should say Dolphin dash Llama. And if you look over here, It's there, but it's not running, I don't think. Yeah, I think this is definitely where it's at. Very, very soon, we're gonna have a local model specifically over like coding, whether it's Bash, PowerShell, those types of things, and we could teach it and throw files at it. And then if it could absorb those files locally and then just say, okay, I've grabbed all the documentation for PowerShell and all the syntax. Then when you're feeding it code using that model, I know I could feed it that specific model that only has PowerShell documentation, and it will be able to give me correct results. Because I think a lot of things with these models, a lot of people in chat are like, hey, the model's pretty small. Yeah, but that's okay, especially if the model's trained over specific data. It's going to be much more accurate than this massive model that absorbed the internet, because it's going to have a whole bunch of bad data along with it. So I think what we can do is train these models. It's getting closer to where we're making our own models, and that would be pretty good. Okay, maybe try Llama 370. It's a full model, 40 gigs. I don't know. You think we could try pulling a full model? I don't know. This one's not running, it doesn't look like. Let's try to run it locally. Let's just do a Ollama run dolphin dash llama 3. Let's just make sure we can run this locally first. Right, yeah. Definitely specializing is going to be better. I can't tell you how many times GPT's hallucinated and given me a terrible output. And I'd much rather it have just a very select amount of syntax to choose from, specifically documentation, where it might not have a complete answer for me, but it's never going to give me the wrong answer. Because the worst thing that can happen when using AI or any kind of model is you get the wrong information, then you just take it at its word, and then you look like an idiot. And that's awful. So let's go user friendly Bashrc file to use in Linux. Okay, that's a user friendly file. Add to it. What do we want to add for Bashrc? Colors, and make the MOT like the 1980s movie War Games. Okay. Please try a breach. I mean, I was kind of looking for would you like to play a game? But okay. What else do we have? Yeah, I mean, for 5 gigs, that's pretty good. Can you add some flair and aliases that everyone uses? Okay, the ... it added that. That's a pretty simple alias. So for an MOTD, it's kind of funny that it's writing to etc MOTD. It probably should just do an echo. Because that doesn't have permission to write to that folder. You have to be sudo to do that. And this is going to run every time you open up a terminal. So that is a good spot. Doesn't have perms to write to etc. Just changed it to .motd. Doesn't do shit. Oh my god. Stop making shit up. Stop making shit up, you dumb model. Okay, it's like, hey, let's move forward. There is no such thing as a .bashrc -message file. It just reverts back to .dat. Watch out, AI is coming for our jobs. Oh man, it's cool. It's cool though. I mean, it's neat, especially with it hosting locally. I am looking forward to moving GPT and a lot of these other models out of the cloud and subscription services to local hardware. For this only being a 5 gig model, I'm looking forward to it. Now in chat, someone mentioned a 40 gig model. I kind of want to try that one next. Let's just trash this one, actually. Continue. And let's close that out. Let's look, references Hugging Face. So this, if we look at models, Meta Llama is, okay, 3-8. It's text generation, instruct. So these are just been updated 10 hours ago. Yeah. I don't know. What is this model? This is the meta model. Perms, okay. Model release date was April 18th. How big is this model, I wonder? Does it say size on here? Oh, okay. This was Llama 3:70B. Okay, let's try to pull this one. This was the one. Exit. Ollama. Let's go Ollama. Pull. And this one's 40 gigs. I don't know how well this is going to be, but let's try it. Llama 3:70B. It's pulling manifest. This is the 39 gigs. All right. So once we get this loaded up, I'm kind of curious to see where this goes. 5-minute download, but I mean, it's only 40 gigs. That's still pretty small for what it's doing. I mean, if the 5 gig one was giving as good a return, I feel like 40 gigs would be a good happy medium here. Do you prefer GUI or terminal applications when you're doing things on Linux? It just depends on what I'm doing, whether it's Mac, Windows, Linux. A lot of times people discount the CLI and think, oh, that's not the fastest way to do it, and think the GUI is the way to go. Now, obviously, for some things, the GUI is the way to go, but for other things, terminal is way faster. A good example of where terminal outshines every single GUI application is installers. There's nothing more maddening than Windows users thinking, hey, I need to install a program by going to a website, downloading an executable program, running it, and then following next, finished to install that program. The same thing can be achieved in a package installer on Windows and almost any other operating system in seconds. So much faster than going out to the internet and downloading it. So learning terminal, CLI, PowerShell, all of it, you got to learn it. I don't care what operating system you're in. If you're not learning it, you're just doing yourself a disservice. Because there are times CLI is a lot faster. And there's times when GUI is faster. But to say one is better than the other all the time is just a very short-sighted point of view. The terminal can be very superior in a lot of ways. And sometimes it isn't, you know. Sometimes it is like, hey, this would be better in a GUI. But, yeah. Now, we do have... let's see, how much memory footprint do we have? We might need to shut down our Windows instance. No NeoFetch. Where'd my NeoFetch go? I thought I had NeoFetch going, but apparently I did not. Oh, my path. No. My path's still there. We're good. I think. It's all flat packs and but not local bins there, and USR local bins there, USR bins there. You'd think it'd probably be here. We would have like a NeoFetch. I was messing around with what's NeWo fetch? Y'all ever seen NeWo fetch? What the hell? Neo. Did I break something? Did I like rename NeoFetch somehow from the USR? Oh, okay. Shoot. Okay. Well, okay, that's a weird one. So NeoFetch got wiped out with this latest update. So now we have NeoFetch. Okay. Let's just rebind that, shall we? Do we have an alias? Here, let's just make an alias. I'm just totally gonna lose that. So we're using 20 gigs right now. That seems a little excessive. All right. I thought I shut down Windows. Did I not? Wait a second. Virtual machine manager. Oh, it is symlink to NeoFetch. You must have broke something. Yeah, it sounds like me. Let's just shut this bad boy down. Yeah, 64 gigs of memory should be able to run quite a few bit of llamas. All right, so with that shut down, what's our memory at now? Oh, we're still downloading. Oh, we're almost done. Okay, success. Now, if we look at it again, all right, there's our NeoFetch and Ollama list. Oh, what did I do? Did I break my Bashrc? Shoot. Yep. Broke Bashrc. That's what I get. That's okay. We'll fix it. You're using Unify for your network. Why is your net so fast? I mean, I don't know if my network's so fast, I would say. I think it's pretty slow, actually. Still got to do a lot of optimization on that side of things. Technically, Unify is the lazy man configuration is what I call it. Yeah, I like Unify, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to seeing network performance in like a business and you want really fast network, you don't ever want to use anything with a GUI or a web interface. It's just not good. Having said that, I haven't taken my own advice on this one. So yes, I still use a lot of Unify stuff just because I'm lazy. But if you're setting stuff up and you want to set up something to work really, really fast and have just a ridiculous amount of throughput, probably like Arista is what I'd go with. And Arista is just like Cisco. Honestly, Cisco is what you could go with, but you pay for that a lot. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, it just depends on your comfort level and how much money you have in your buck. I don't want to spend thousands of dollars making my network as fast as I possibly can. So a lot of times I do just default to some Unify garbage. Well, not garbage, but I mean, Unify is nice. It's not garbage. It's just not as fast as it could be. And I'm okay with that. There's other aspects, like you could do like a pfSense box or something like that, which I've done in the past to get a little more throughput than maybe a stock Unify box. But really, if you're looking for raw power, you gotta do just like a CLI using either Cisco or Arista, or there's a couple other big names in the commercial space that you could put in your network and get a huge amount of throughput. But yeah, just my 2 cents. But my stuff's relatively slow compared to most businesses, I would say. There's people that do it a lot better than me. Many network engineers that are talented. I just know enough to figure out the guy to call to fix the stuff to make it work exactly right. Like when I'm doing a trace route, I'm like, oh, what the hell? That hop's taking way too long. Why is there milliseconds out there? And I'm like, oh, well, it's this stupid AT&T router that's screwing me over, which is probably the case in most most residential sites. You know, that's why they charge so much more for business, because a lot of times you can remove, you know, terrible like 2-wire crap that AT&T puts in. Same goes for like a lot of cable providers too. You lose a lot with the residential hardware. Anyways, I could just rant on and on. I forgot where I was at. Oh yeah. We got to fix Bashrc code. That's what I was doing. All right, now let's go Discord, or Discovery, I mean. Or no, continue.dev. What? Continue. I'm gonna go continue. All right. Then we click this, and we take the Ollama 7B. Just go. I'm gonna actually. Oh, I'm not even signed into Discord. I'm gonna grab that Hikari though. Thank you for that. Ooh, can you send it to me via, what is it? bin.christitus.com. Just paste it in here and save it. bin.christitus.com. It's my version. I ripped off ix.io and Hastebin, and I just rolled my own server. Thanks, man. That'd be an easy way to grab it. I'm gonna wait and get that from Hikari. I do have an alias I need to set up. I did set it up in my Windows instance. I'm just doing a video on a new PowerShell profile I'm doing. Yeah, I could. We could just do this. Let's just go Z my bash, git stash, git pull, and then, well, bam, relaunch. And now we have that comp def. What the hell is comp def? Oh, I must have accepted a pull request without looking at it. Let's see what we got. All right. Let's see what we got for that. The Primogen Lover 9911. Thank you for the sub by Earlyweb, by the way. I was right in the middle of a thought. I want to finish that out. All right, so you're doing Bashrc, source global declarations, export path. All right. Very basic. I like it. So we'll have that to drop back onto. And this one, this is what we're doing right now. Let's go refactor. We're doing the Llama 3 70B 40 gig model. Refactor, Bashrc. Local Bashrc refactor using 70B. Let's do it. Any second now. Llama runner process no longer running. Failed to create context with model. Disappointing. All right, let's try to run it locally then. Ollama. Let's go Ollama list. Okay. Ollama run Llama 3 70B. I'm kind of curious to see if this loads. Okay. It does look like it loads just fine. So parameter size 71B. Llama family. Okay. Oops. Exit. Let's try that one more time. Maybe it was just a fluke. Oh, well, that wasn't helpful. What is happening? VSCode is broken. All right, let's just close relaunch. Could be a VRAM issue. It is a huge model. Let's just try it one more time. Let's go new factor and add error handling for Bashrc. So 70B, let's try it again. I think we're going to get an error though. Okay. And there's no way you have enough RAM to run it with anything under a 4090. I think I'm running into a VRAM limitation as well. That's why most models come in like 5 or 6 gigs. The current card I have in here is a 7800 XT, which I want to say only has 12 or 14 gigs of VRAM. So let's see this. This will probably error out, but that's why I think most models come under 6 gigs because most people don't have that big of a card. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's actually VRAM that gets utilized though. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have a 25K graphics card yet. This would have been nice. I got a 15 gig model to work on a 4080. So this is my card. The 7800 XT is about on par with a 4070. Although maybe 4080. Yeah. Out of memory on current device. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to use the memory on that. So we'd have to switch to like a Dolphin. So switching to Dolphin, I bet we can relaunch it. And this should be able to do it for us. Yeah, the 7800 is a 16 gigs of RAM. So we could go a little higher on the model. So this is the refactored Bashrc, Starship, Auto Jump, which don't use Auto Jump anymore. Zoxide makes sense. Although ZSH Auto Load, not so much. That code looks jacked. Well, yeah. I'm not in a ZSH prompt, so yeah, that is a jacked. And then whole looking glass code at the very bottom. It technically should be like this. This should be the last one. This should be the second to the last one. You need to just delete that whole thing. This can be removed. Yeah. Ugh. That's kind of wild. It's close, guys. It's close. I think I might look more into the models. I kind of just wanted to sit here and explore a lot of the models. But at the same time, it's not quite as good. I do love the idea of running a local model, though. I found models under 30B doesn't seem to code all that well. They hallucinate a lot more than the bigger models. Maybe look at Codium or something. Yeah, I'll take a look at it more. I think some toying around. I think we'll eventually get there. I don't think we're quite there yet on any models. If there is something better, then why not? I probably could do that. And yeah, we'll take a look at it. Hey, why not the software category on Twitch? I'm terrible. I'm terrible at Twitch. I'm terrible at live streaming. I just like to get on here and mess around and then just have everybody sit there and give me suggestions on the code. So yeah, I just need to get better at the whole streaming thing. But a lot of times when I jump on here, I'm like, okay, what are we doing today? Let me get this. I got this idea for a video. Let's see if we can work through this problem. And today a lot of it was actually just discovering some of the modeling. And I kind of want to push back into like a VSCode type structure. Right now, a lot of the stuff when I'm getting cues from AI models, I am using cursor, and I do see that. Zed support Zathura or latex. So like a lot of my Zed stuff from today, we did get Zed loaded up in Linux, and it does work, and it is pretty cool, but it's not feature complete, and you can tell it's very bare bones right now. So Zed is a decent editor if you're in Mac, but if you're not in Mac, I wouldn't bother with it because there's still so much they have left to do to make it feature complete for a Linux user. Having said that, is neat. I love the idea of this. I don't want to crap on the project. I don't think I'll do a video on Zed per se. After looking at it, I'm like, okay, well, using it on Windows is a bit of a nightmare, compiling it and all that. And then using it in Linux isn't bad. It's just a little bare bones. And I think obviously all the development's poured into Mac users. So if you're a Mac OS user and that's all you use, Zed's not bad for you. But that's such a small portion of the population that, I don't know, it's kind of a niche editor until they start working on binaries and making it more feature complete for other operating systems, you know, that people actually use. Because like, whenever I think of just a solid Mac user and that's only using Mac, I just think of like the hipster wannabe sitting in like a Starbucks coding on his Mac laptop, like, I'm changing the world, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, bro. Okay. That's what I think of when I think of just someone that only uses Apple products. I know that's a terrible generalization, but it's often true. I know that's terrible, but shots fired. I know. But I can't stand the Mac UI and seeing that. But I think this project does have some promise. You know, Zed is neat. It's just not there yet. So I look forward to seeing what happens. Maybe here in like a year. Maybe in 2025, I'll revisit Zed and see how far they've come. And hopefully they've done a little bit more development on the Windows and Linux side of things. Writing their novel. Yes, I know. Oh, can you check out my... Yeah, we'll end it on that, Sparky. We're going to end it on checking out the refresh Starship thing. Did you toss it in the bin, or where'd you toss it? Let's do it. Let's see the new Starship theme. Let's... Ooh, oh, that's the haste bin from Hikari. Yeah, just toss it in bin.christitus.com. Oh, someone types some vulgar stuff? Let's see. Pull it up over here. Oh, I see him. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for that. YouTube sometimes does a bad job on moderation. I find it easier to moderate Twitch. I might end up dropping YouTube again. I know some people like YouTube, but I don't know. I've tried doing the live streams over on YouTube, and it's neat, and it's nice having more people from YouTube being able to watch and chime in, but inevitably it's hard to moderate some of the chat over there. I do have some mods and stuff, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of like, it kind of sucks having two chats. So I'm kind of lazy. I might just go back to only Twitch. We'll see. I know people are like, damn it. I want to watch over on YouTube, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of like, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the headache. You should stream on Facebook. It is nice having the two camps between the YouTube and Twitch. It's really the chat of YouTube that sucks. The back end and how YouTube's just, they don't do a very good job with their moderation, which is really saying something. Coming from Twitch, that's really saying a lot. It's bad when Twitch is above you, but that's where we are when it comes to chat. Oh yeah, did we get that? Got a poll. Sparky, here we go. Bam, thank you. All right, let's try this Starship theme. What do we got? Let's just get the text, just the text. And we're going to go vim.config Starship Tommel. Alrighty. Alright, good stuff. And then we relaunch. I think I broke Starship. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely broke Starship. Well, I don't know. Yeah, IRC is nice. I mean, honestly, Twitch is all IRC based. You can join Twitch just using an API key in IRC servers. You do like a Merc or WeChat or there's a bunch of different IRC clients that still work, which you can interface with Twitch without ever having it loaded. So then you don't have to worry about the ads. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, my bash is still broken. Let's look. Let's just fix my... Oh, damn it. Look, I'm just going to do it by eye. Just... Oh, jeez. Let's just fix this real fast. What is comp def? What is this garbage? Comp def? Alright, whatever that's about. Alright, next up... What do we got? Current repository, Zoxide. Why is all this Zoxide stuff here? This should get auto pulled in when this... What was I thinking? I gotta redo my Bashrc, guys. Next stream, Bashrc. Will return branch name when... What is all this? I'm smoking crack over here. What? You don't need Zoxide hook or any of that. Amazing prompt, blah, blah, blah. That's wrong. Path, sure. Starship, Zoxide, and then we got auto jump and FCB. Get rid of that. Alrighty. Now that looks better. Yeah. Oh, use the basic one you sent and then just do everything in the bash.rc. That's true. I want to fix my bashrc first, probably. Ooh, I'm just looking through here. I don't have my lazy G command, I don't think. No, it's there. And like trim and all of this. I mean, it's kind of, this is a bit redundant for like server stuff. Pulling in like what's my IP, I don't really ever use. IF config's never like really used either. Pulling up like support, this type of thing, that's not really used. Look at this. This is pulling like old initd stuff. Wow. This is an old ass bashrc. When was the last time I changed my bashrc? Too long. All right. Anyways, up and go down and moving directories. I'm never going to do any of that. Zoxide's just like way better. And then sedit, edit, pico. Oh my God. No, definitely not. Some of those aliases I'll come back through and clean up a bit. We'll leave some of that. History size I kind of like. And yeah, I'm gonna probably refactor this whole thing. But this should be enough to fix it up to where we're able to do... come on. All right. Now we still have elif in line 16. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll just accept AH's pull request. My bashrc is so jacked right now. Let's just grab your pull request right now. I need to rewrite the whole thing. All right, we got a pull request. What do we got? Oh, yeah, Linux brew. Okay. XTG path. Most of this should be actually set up from a different spot. You don't technically want to do that in Bashrc. Oh, so many things to go through here. Yeah. I'm not going to accept. That's a huge commit. 1 second. I'll redo it. I'll redo it at a different time. For now, we're just going to take Hikari's Bashrc. And then I'm going to refactor off of this base. It's just the easiest way to go about it. Let's just remove Bashrc, VIM Bashrc. This is the only thing that makes sense to me right now, and then we'll come back to it at a different date. All right, Starship. We need to install that. Yeah, have AI write you a new Bashrc. I think we saw how well that works, Omega. He did. It broke everything. That's true. I think a lot of AI usage right now, I couldn't imagine using it in production. Like, I would not trust anything GPT would write for production. That would be just ridiculous. Like, you can have GPT give you input and maybe document functions like 5 or 10 lines at a time, but having it like rewrite whole files or refactor, it's not there yet. It just isn't. It just does a terrible job. I've never seen a refactor done very well. Anywho. Now we just need to add Starship. Best way to install Starship. Is there Starship in UJust? No. UJust. Yeah, let's see if Hikari, what's the best way to do Starship in Bazzite? I'm feeling lazy today. Just give me a copy paste command. I could just export it. Bluefin has the UJust Starship. Ah, man. All right. And, well, actually, Starship is mostly home folder. I don't think it touches USR, right? Let me look. Ah, Starship Troopers. I think it's .sh. Oh, it's .rs. Oops. Where's install? Bash. Eval. Install Linux. I think this run from a non-elevated prompt should be fine. Ah, crap. It does put it there. Never mind. Starship doesn't do that. So, let's just enter Arch. We're going to do a local bin. Not there. Install Starship. Perfect. Distro box. Export bin equals USR local. Ah, where is it? Should install it into the usr.local bin. It's not actually registering. What if we just do Starship? Nah, you need an absolute path. So, user local bin. Okay, yeah, that's it. I don't know. My brain has stopped working, guys. I apologize. It happens. That's why my streams don't ever go past 3 hours. Yeah, facts. All right. Now, if we reload this, we should have Starship Prompt or some kind of Starship Prompt. No. Let's just do Bashrc. Let's copy that. Eval. Zoxide. 1 second, I gotta get Zoxide too. I can't remember the eval command for that. Installation. Bash. Yeah, there it is. All right. Now we should be set. And ta-da! All right, Sparky, this is the 5 hours later. Sparky's probably asleep now at this point in time. But this is his prompt that he set up. So we can do Z web, website master. Perfect. Shows that we're up to date. Get status. Great. I mean, I like a little more colors, to be honest. It's not that bad. But it's okay. Let's go to like my bash. Out of everything today, probably my favorite was, I think it was in its one, or AH's Starship. I couldn't remember who gave it to me, but that one was probably my favorite of all. The last one we were on. I mean, it's pretty neat. Yeah. Sparky, this one's pretty neat. Yeah, it was AH. Yeah. AH is Starship. I like a little bit more. And I just like a little more colors. Small preference. Also, the thing about AH is I liked having the distro icon on the left side, specifically for going into like an Arch terminal. Oh, that's weird. Starship and Zoxide's not referenced properly here. If you look at local bin, Zoxide and Starship, those should be... Where did those links go? Yeah, okay. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, anyways, I digress. Yeah, having the... Oh, geez, I just broke everything. I mean, it's just like, screw it at this point. No, Starship Tokyo Night. Yeah, but yeah, I liked that one. I thought that was really good. The AH one from earlier. Do we have like a listing of what I pulled up? I probably could pull it up somewhere, but anywho. All right, guys, I am done. Thank you guys for coming out. Hopefully I enjoyed. This was a bit of a train wreck of a stream, but got some modeling done. Looked at the Zed text editor, something I thought about making a video of after looking at it. It's like a Mac text editor just for Mac users. There's some practicality for Linux and Windows, but it's just, there's still so much development left to go in that IDE to be taken seriously in those operating systems that, not quite there. So that's Zed in a nutshell. The modeling, I really look forward to, probably like 6 months to a year from now, I think local modeling, and we can kick a lot of the subscription, like GPT-4 subscriptions and those types of things to the curb. I think we'll be seeing modeling in a good form factor where you don't need like a $25,000 graphics card to run the best model possible. I want to say we should see something in a really good form factor soon from a modeling standpoint, so we could use that. That'd be pretty cool. And then obviously the train wreck of my Bashrc, which I'm going to be redoing all of my bash again. It's been a while since I've done a full revamp of the Bashrc, and it's definitely due. There's a lot of errors in that Bashrc, so don't use my bash. I need to revamp that whole thing. We'll refactor it. I'm going to make it look pretty again. We'll get a good Starship prompt and kind of look at everything. And yeah, there's a good little partner anniversary stream here. I can't believe we had the partner anniversary stream. I didn't even know it. Everybody was just like, happy partner anniversary. But it was fun. It was fun. It's hard to think it's been a whole year since doing Twitch streams. I actually started Twitch streaming, I think, in April. And obviously before that, I did it, just kind of dabbled, but actually making it a point to stream every week for the past year has been kind of a first for me. To last a whole year, usually I'd just fizzle out and be like, I'm just going to make YouTube videos. But I love it. So with that, guys, I'll see you all later. Yeah, probably Thursday. We'll see what we're doing for Thursday. I'm going to look to see what all we have. I know I have a lot of back keep, so we'll see if I make the Thursday stream. If not, probably push it to the weekend. But having said that, guys, have a great one. Peace.